Hey guys, I'm back. Time to jump into some more Blaster Master by making our way through the Area 6 dungeon. So here we are, the Area 6 dungeon. As you can see, the Area 6 dungeon is very reminiscent of the Area 2 dungeon. In fact, all the old enemies, including the boss, make a return here. So, let's begin. In this first room, you'll encounter the flying eyeball enemy as well as the teleporting enemy. A bit of trivia. This is the only room where the teleporting enemies will appear. Anyway, the gimmick of this dungeon are these ice platforms. You have to have quick reflexes when navigating them, because if you don't, you're going to be sliding into the spikes. While the spikes will only take 1 point of damage off of you, since you have no invincibility frames, that damage stacks very quickly. So navigate these ice platforms with caution, but have quick reflexes also. Yay, eyeballs en masse. Oh, I hate these enemies. They're about as bad as the mecha worms. Anyway, let's progress on to the next room. In this next room, take care of these enemies as quick as you can. Anyway, as you can see, we are greeted with a series of standard platforms, ice platforms, and spikes. Now, I think this is meant to be a maze or a puzzle of some sorts. If it is, I've never been able to solve it. Essentially, I take the easy way out by simply going straight until I hit the right wall. Go down here, pick up the health capsule, and basically slide into the next room. Now, if you take any damage from the previous 2 rooms, this room allows you to basically restore your health. If you recall from my last video, I stated you're rewarded for your curiosity. Well, that's pretty much the case here. Contained within these blocks are health capsules, gun capsules, secondary weapons capsules, and hover capsules. If the game is feeling particularly generous, you can actually upgrade your standard weapon to its fullest potential here. That's right, boys and girls. You can get a level 8 gun here. Though it's not easy keeping it in this dungeon. The next couple rooms have some very evil enemy placements. Anyway, I intend to blast all the blocks here. If this is too boring for some viewers, you're more than welcome to skip ahead. I'm basically looking to get my gun to level 8. You really want a level 8 gun when going up against the boss. Grenades won't really suffice unless you're going to do the pause resume trick, or you're a genius at positioning Jason in the right place. Which I'm not. Yes, the boss of this dungeon, Frozen Crabulus as it's now called, has gained a few new enhancements that makes battling it a gigantic pain in the ass. Pretty much all of my runs have ended because of this boss. Now I know what you're thinking, I can do the pause resume trick. Well, honestly, I don't really feel like doing that. I want to fight all the bosses in this game the honest way. To me, there's a sense of satisfaction when you finally defeat a boss the honest way. I don't know, it's just that perseverance feeling, you know, keep trying until you succeed. Gives me that sense of satisfaction. I don't know if that makes any sense to my viewers. I hope it does. If not, you're more than welcome to post a comment asking me to explain a little bit further. I haven't had enough coffee yet while I'm doing this, but that's okay. Anyway, here we are, the level 8 gun. The level 8 gun is so powerful that it can actually shoot through walls. Yeah, it's really fun to snipe enemies from behind a wall using this gun. However, you have to be careful when using this gun. And that's simply because Jason cannot shoot anything that's directly in front of him. And that is simply because of the trajectory of the projectiles that is fired from the gun. You can hit things around you, but hitting things directly in front of you is next to impossible. So, be very careful with some enemies with this gun. Anyway, Let's progress on to the next room. I'm going to scroll you off camera so I don't have to deal with you. Yay. Anyway, if you take any damage from any enemies in the next several rooms, sometimes the turrets will drop gun capsules. But don't become too reliant on this, because sometimes they will not drop. Hi there. Goodbye. I do not like you. Anyway, let's move on to the next room. Immediately get to the left or the right of this turret. That turret can hit you if you're standing in the doorway. So be very careful. Oh, hi there. I do not like you. Go away. Yes, I have game lag. Not much I can really do about it. I think my screen capturer, aka my recording software, is causing the game to lag, but I can't really test that hypothesis, so if anybody knows anything that I can do to stop the game from lagging, feel free to post in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so we get to another one of my talking points, scrolling enemies off the screen. You have to be very careful when scrolling an enemy off the screen in Blaster Master. This is not like the classic Mega Man games, where when you scroll an enemy off the screen, it's gone for good. No, in Blaster Master, what happens sometimes is the enemies will suddenly reappear. And if you're standing directly in front of them, be prepared to take damage. And I effectively demonstrated it right there. And I just demonstrated it again. But thankfully, the second enemy that I scrolled off the screen did not suddenly reappear. So you've been warned about scrolling. Oh, you're gonna cooperate today? Yay. Anyway, here we are, the boss dungeon. Yay. I'm really hoping this goes well, but don't quote me on that. I have lost so many good commentaries and so many good recordings because of this boss. Anyway, wish me luck. I hate you. I hate you. Please go away. I want you to die. No, 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 no. You're not gonna do that. Whoa. I really hate the tentacles in this fight. They can reach you at the bottom of the screen. And no, your shots cannot destroy the missiles. They can only destroy the standard projectiles. Dang it. See what I mean? And I'm dead. Or maybe not. Hold on. Phew. Oh! Yeah! Finally! Oh, finally! Okay. That was a bit of adrenaline rush. Yay for game lag, but there's not much I can do about it. But yay, we got wall run. Jason, it works when you don't slide. Anyway, I'm going to do a jump cut, mainly because I need to do some controller reassignment. So bear with me, I will be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. I apologize for the jump cut. As I said, I had to do a bit of controller reassignment. So you're probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about. When I play these games, I play them on an emulator. If that wasn't inherently obvious. Well, the thing is I don't use the keyboard. I can't use a keyboard all that well. In fact, I'm really lousy at using a keyboard as a game controller. No, what I basically use is any number of controllers that I have on hand. In this case, my Xbox 360 controller or my PlayStation 3 controller. Now, when I use a controller, I have to have the buttons assigned in a particular way because it's the most comfortable for me to use. Anyway, when I'm playing Blaster Master, when I'm in the overworld, my jump button is either the X button on the PlayStation 3 controller or the A button on the Xbox 360 controller. While the fire button is either on the square button of the PlayStation 3 controller or the X button on the Xbox 360 controller. However, when I'm in a dungeon, I reassign the jump button, aka the button that you use to fire the grenades, as L1. The reason for that is it allows me to strafe. Essentially, it makes it easier for me to strafe. I can't hold down two buttons at the same time. It's just too awkward for me. I tried it before when I was doing the hard shell battle, and yeah, hard shell owned me. Come on. No, Jason, we do not want to go with sliding off a platform. That would really suck. No! Ice physics are so much fun. Snark, snark, snark. Anyway, getting back to my controller, that's just the most comfortable for me. So, essentially what I had to do was reassign my jump button to be back at being X, since I'm using a PlayStation 3 controller now. And not my Xbox 360 controller. So I apologize for that. I am really sorry, but I had to reassign it. So anyway, let's get back to the game. In order to access Area 7, we need to backtrack through several areas. In this case, we need to get back to Area 2. Okay, thank you, Wall 1. That was totally unnecessary. But yeah, obviously, as you can see, Wall 1 allows you to climb walls. But just keep in mind it's limited in the fact that you can't climb to the ceiling. Yet. Now that happens when you obtain Wall 2. It is a little awkward to deal with, but you'll get comfortable with it over time. Too many enemies on the screen. I'm really hoping game lag doesn't kill my recording. As I said, I don't know why the game is lagging. I think it's either the screen recorder or the game itself. I do know part of my problem is the fact that I don't really have a computer made for this. Yeah, I'm pretty limited by my budget. Of course, I really don't even have a budget. I'm a college student. I do this for fun. Anyway, enough of me complaining. Getting back to the game here. If you don't have a full hover gauge, pick up these hover pellets here. You're going to need them. You want a full hover gauge. You'll find out soon enough, but just make sure you have a full hover gauge. Get through this section without getting murdered by the enemies here, since it's enemy extravaganza. Whee! Ow. homing missiles are your friend. Homing missiles solve everything. I can't express how much I really love the homing missiles in this game. An interesting thing to note, that it doesn't really do much of anything. You can shoot these blocks now that you have the Crusher Beam. Although, some of them make a return even though you have blasted them. That's amusing. Anyway, fall down here. And enter into Area 2. Snipe the mecha worms with Jason. And then make your way to the next room here. Yay for game lag. Not much I can do about it. I guess I'll just make do with what I have. Anyway, you want to make your way to this room here. Much like you can access Area 3 here, you can also access Area 7. Just make your way down here. Gotta remember where it is. It's been a while. Game lag, not much I can do. Alright, where is it? I think you need to go down a little bit further. Okay, game lag. Enough of this already. Go away, Mecha Worm. Oh wait, fine. You want attention? I'll give you attention. Now leave me alone. Alright, let's try to find Area 7. In the midst of this lousy game lag that I can't deal with. Like I said, if anybody knows anything that I can do to stop this, please let me know. I don't know what is wrong. Alright, if I remember correctly, Area 7 is here. Yes, it is. Anyway, this is where Wall 1 is very handy. Yep. Don't have any homing missiles left. You want some homing missiles when dealing with the enemies here. Because an interesting thing to note, if you get shot, you'll lose your momentum. Anyway, the reason why you want hover is right here. You need to make your way through this section here. Dealing with the red variation of the Mecha Worm. Drop these. Go down to this door. Deal with this enemy here, and we will be at Area 7. Voila! I'm gonna deal with these things here. Yeah, Area 7 is a lava level. We've gone from ice to fire. Not exactly very original, but I can dig it. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. In the next part, we shall make our way through Area 7. I hope everybody enjoys this, and I shall see you in the next episode.